Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So we've got a few topics today. We're going to go over what Ali McCoist had to say and a few other bits and bobs. But as well as that, I'm going to just reply to something I got in the comments, because I says that if you leave comments, I'll engage with the comments. I want it to become a community. But the argument is that I got in the comments is that Sparta Prague are a better team than Rangers, and that's why Romani went to them. Now, logically, Rangers and Sparta Prague have played against each other 4 times recently. Rangers have won twice, they've drew once, and they've lost one. So Sparta Prague have only managed to beat Rangers once in the last 4 attempts that they've had. So I would definitely say that that puts more towards that Rangers are the better team in current years, because it was maybe a couple of years ago now. But on top of that, the other argument was that the reason why Sparta Prague are better than Rangers apparently is because they are ahead of Scotland in the European coefficients. Now, let me just say, Scotland are not behind Czech Republic on the European coefficient points because of Rangers. If you want to look at the reason why that is, it's because of Celtic. So Rangers, for example, Celtic, much bigger budget, bigger squad, everything. We've managed to punch above our weight in Europe, and we've kept Scottish football afloat in Europe. We're getting more coefficient points. It's Celtic that are letting this league down. If Celtic were doing just as well as Rangers in Europe, or better, because they do have more finances, they should have the tools to do better than what we do in Europe, Czech Republic would not be ahead of us in the European standings. We would be far ahead of them. The reason why they've overtook us is because Celtic are not pulling their weight in Europe. So there's that point done and dusted. I think that proves enough. If you actually look at individual teams' coefficient points, I think you'll find that Rangers individually as a club have more coefficient points than what Sparta Prague do as a club. So I don't need to go over that one anymore. Second of all is Ali McCoist's comments. So I'm glad someone's came out and said that. I'm glad that an ex-Rangers man has came out and vocalised that he thinks that Rangers are an absolute shambles on and off the park, and I can't agree anymore. We keep looking as fans at the players and the manager, and we keep going through the same routine of replacing the manager after October, bringing a new man in, having hope for a couple of months, and then it fails. Now, that to me is a board issue. It's an issue for the board, because the board are, one, hiring the wrong men, and second of all, out of all the managers they've got, they're giving the wrong managers a budget. As I said before in my last video, or the video before that, you cannot give Beale a massive transfer budget when he's only been a first team manager for about 3 months. Over managers like Gio, who had experience winning titles, Clement, experience winning titles, and obviously Gerrard got his 55, but the club never backed him, even though, as we all know now, he says fix the roof where the sun's shining, and we should have listened. So it is nice to see Ali McCoist come out and actually be honest about that, because I think in our football club now, I think the standardisation has went down a lot. Before, all we would accept was winning titles and winning trophies. Now it seems like some fans in the board are happy as long as we come close to Celtic and we give them a good run for their money, which shouldn't be the case. Yes, maybe now, because we are in quite a bad way financially, we are having to take things a bit slower and we're having to build. And as fans, we're going to have to be patient with that. You can't expect a man with no budget and having to get players out before he gets them in is going to do the job that we need him to do over a short period of time. So we need to give Clement time. I'm not his biggest fan in the world. I don't like the way he operates, in my honest opinion, but we're just going to keep going through managers every year if we don't let at least one of them take it for a couple of years. In my honest opinion, I've already said it. Rangers fans will be annoyed at me by saying it, but I said that we should get Derek McInnes. If there's anybody who can work on a shoestring budget and build a team, it's him. Rangers fans have held a grudge against him for years because he rejected us in the past. But what you need to realise is we were in that bad a situation as a club that we could have got took over by Pep Guardiola and he still would have got sacked within 6 months. So you've got to think about it that way. He's an ex-Rangers player. Do you think he wants to come to Rangers as a manager for 3 to 6 months, get the sack, and then us never ever hire him again? Because if he got the sack after 3 or 6 months and not doing well, even in 5, 10 years' time, Rangers fans would still say, no, we're not taking him back. So he was within his right. He was clever. He done what he should have done. If he wants to be a Rangers manager in the future and wants to have it long term, then he was best avoiding coming to us back then, because, as I say, the best managers in the world couldn't have turned that situation round at the point that he was trying to come in. In my honest opinion, the whole place was a shambles, and it looks like we're starting to go back that way. But apart from that, that's all I've got to cover for today. I will put up a video pre-workout. I'm not talking about the gym, Craig. I'm talking about football. So yeah, I will do a pre-match video, which this time it will actually go up pre-match. I will do it the day before. I done it the day of, maybe about 4 or 5 hours before the game started, and it took that long to upload that it never went up until halfway through the game. So yeah, this time I'll be uploading that the day before. So that will be up, as I say, yeah, the day before, and then the day of or the day after will be when I do the post-match reaction. If there's anything that pops up, like transfer news or anything like that, I will probably make a video. But right now I'm hearing some rumours that we're approaching a left back, but there's nothing certain there yet. And I also heard one that made me laugh, that apparently we're going to try and get Raheem Sterling on loan, unless he is our Sterling's big cousin and he's managed to do us a favour. Then I highly, highly doubt that is ever going to happen. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see, or just for a chat. Thanks very much. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and bye-bye.